Well, it's about that time again. Ignore the flakes. They'll be covered up anyway. Cleaning out my shop. So this needs to go together so it can go outside. Where are all the parts? I'm still missing a few key parts. The engine will run. Won't start, but it'll run. New wheels. Still missing. I think what I'm going to do to begin with is put the wheels on. Well, the rear wheels. The blades here. Get it on the floor so it's not so heavy to lift all the way down. Then put the handles on. And finally the engine and body. And again, ignore the flaking. It's fine. Go, nice and shiny. What I'm going to do now is give them each a liberal amount of goop. No, not that goop. Actual useful goop. Next step. Ugh. Beast is heavy. Let's see, does angle matter? Yes. Or like this. Yeah, here we go. There. That's one. Oh! It's really weird. This one is super stuck on. Oh. There, it's temporary. This one, really stuck on. This one, loose. I think it's mainly a matter of... Oh, okay, there we go, yeah. Maybe I should pop something in there just to keep them in place. There we go. Stay, staying, stayed. Finally I'll have my clamp back as well. That's gonna come in handy because I lose those. Right, and then the wheels just slot in there, don't they? Oh. The rear axle is held in place with this little through piece, and it goes in like this. There we go, locks in. Okay, the behemoth is starting to come together. I just need to visualize precisely how it all slots into place. I'm thinking, this seems a little bit too flimsy if you ask me. It sets something like this. Then this one, like this. You can almost make it out on camera. Yeah, here. There's a square here in the paint. The sticker was on this side. So I eventually got it figured out. It involved a modicum of violence, but everything's okay. Everyone's fine. There's an axle running through here that also holds the gear wires. And if I'm not entirely mistaken, it was like this. Now these ones, the throttle and gear engager, I kind of forgot about them. But it's nothing a little brake clean and some no-name bright Scott. Whoops, no-name bright pad will fix, at least for the time being. There we go. Okay. Looks dark on cam, but it's shiny in real life, apart from a little rust stain still here. But that's fine. Now what I was actually looking for was the cut-off bolt that I sliced off in order to get these ones seated. Well, unseated. I couldn't find them, so it means I threw them out. Well, I did cut them off, so it's only fair. But I have replacements, I hope. Okay, so I found a screw suitable in size, and everything was in order, but it wasn't far enough down. I don't really do this all that much. Screw stuff. Perfect. This is the right hand side of the handle, and on this side there is a stopper to keep the to keep one of the gears engaged, one of the driving gears engaged. I'm not quite sure which one, but it's so simple. Pin with a spring here, this side, you press it down, pull this up in order to engage whichever drive it is, push this one down, let go here, and it sticks. It's brilliant. It's simple. Me being me, of course, I had troubles installing it, so I was trying out a great many different varieties of mainly peening, which, as you can see, I actually was able to do at last. However, I didn't record myself doing it, but it works. Please don't bounce out again. Oh, thank God. Got it. Oh, sweetheart. Oh, my God. Oh. Well, here it is in about half its glory. Ignore the flaking, it's normal for me. Hey, look over there. Did you see it? Anyway, there we go. Well, because of that distraction over there, I actually got this in entirely peacefully. There. Nope, that's wrong. Well, that took me a grand total of 30 seconds of reading. Turns out the left side of the handle is the reversing side. So this then somehow might raise it up a little bit. Might not. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. My Allen screws
figured out where the gear wire mounts to, which was this little bracket way down here. And in order to get the nut on, I had to disassemble everything except the drive wheel. Oh, okay, so it's... Oh yeah, no, that... Okay. Pull off the pulley and belt, reassemble in the reverse order. Again, screw in up the adjustment screw by the handle. Okay. So, long and short of it, I think we're going to put the belts on right now. These fresh new belts. There. Around. Down. The innermost. There. Come on. This stuff is... So what I'm going to do now is just drive it on. There. And then comes time for this, which runs on the outside. I think actually it runs inside out as well, though I'm not entirely certain on that, because flat spot over here into the groove there, and then over the screw there. Yeah, that does indeed sit quite nicely. Right, so that's in order. Gotta give myself some slack here, because I've got to put the gear lever for the gear wire for the reverse gear back, so it actually grabs onto something. I'm installing the gear wire now for the forward drive, and I'm debating, yeah, I think I'm going to put a little washer just on the end here. No sense in tightening before it's installed. There, through there, and then it's going to be a little difficult, a little finicky, but it's this. Couple it to the arm. There we go, and it's in. Get that thread started. La da dee, la da da. There we go, and it's a lock washer, so it's also going to be a bit of a pain. That one snugly there. There, having a moment just to get everything in its rightful place, like so and so. There! And then once again, over like so. Oh. Ow. And it's installed. Right, we are very close now, I feel. Only thing missing, as you may have noticed, is one engine mount there. That's because the screw that fit with the length and everything turned out it was this screw, and this screw seemed a little bit more important. Seemed to have lost spark for some reason, and I am unsure as to why. Also, I figured out, well, I didn't figure out, I'm not gonna lie. I spent most of last night looking at pictures, images, words, you know, trying to figure out what I was missing, and it turns out I'm not necessarily missing anything, it's just me being thick. This piece goes here. Well, I've just about found all the pieces that I need. The spring here and the metal bar for the governor, I think it's called. This is just strewn carefully on my floor. Took me 10 minutes to find that. And then the much larger wobbly piece here took me a sum total of 3 hours to locate. And I was on the verge of giving up until I decided to check my table one last time. And you can take a guess where it's been hiding this entire time. Aren't I just the most fortunate son of a gun ever? You could say it's my own fault for being disorganized. Oh yeah, I wasn't going to say anything against that. It's entirely true. Alright, so I haven't pulled a spark plug. There's definitely gas coming into the engine itself, and that's good, because that means the carb's working as it should. I still think the spark's a bit too weak. I tested it yesterday, and after a lot of back and forth, I did eventually get spark. Yeah, I'm not even sure you're able to see it. I'm gonna try at least. I'm curious whether or not it's the actual spark assembly itself, and if I need a new one. So as you can see, I've taken off the flywheel. Going to once again check the spark thing here. I'm rather baffled, if I'm honest, because when I took off this, the starter clutch, whatever, you would assume the flywheel to be relatively stuck. And it was kind of stuck, not very hard. I was able to more or less pull it out myself. I thought, oh well, it's probably because I only recently put it back in. Found the key, separated into two perfect halves diagonally. So now I gotta re-gap this. I believe it said something about 20,000th.
There. I've got this piece of aluminium. I'm just going to cut out what I need. And then shape to fit later. It's not magnetic, as far as I'm aware. There we go. Some minor sanding, I guess. Polishing, get the bars off. Should be good to go. Okay, so as we previously touched upon, I had to make a new key because the old one shattered. I thought it was because I'd mistakenly used the wrong key. The cover for the spark maker thing explicitly says not to use a steel key. And I thought maybe I'd swap one of them around. Now, just to clear my own name here, this is a neodymium magnet. These are the two broken keys, well, the one broken key. There is no reaction here. So I used the right key, and I've made a new one. Here, it should fit. And also, once again, neodymium magnet. If I can get some focus, here we go. Neodymium magnet. No interest. Now we're back to testing the spark again to see if there is any improvement. I hope so. Yeah. I'm going to try to manually start it. Engine cover. Oh, that worked awesomely. Okay. We may need a new exhaust or muffler. Because it's literally been 10 seconds of running and the paint's already boiling off. Right, I'm simply putting on the final pieces now. We've got super good spark. Actually had it running there for a bit as well. So I'm feeling rather confident that we can put this mildly worrisome. Just gonna ignore it for now. That's where you're supposed to be, thank you. Ooh, still fits there. Right. I was hoping for more of a positive spin on this, and for this to be the last video on this tiller. Cannot wrap my head around it. But take the clutch flywheel off, open up the points, take off the cover to the points, basically just look at them, let them breathe for a bit, put everything back together, try for spark,
Excellent spark. Might have the engine running. Try to start it again. Nothing. No spark at all. Once I have a solution to this enigma, you'll hear from me again. Until then, it seems I have to do manual labor.